Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nadia Adam. I'm a Vedic astrologer. So today we are going to talk about the energy update between 30th of September until 7th of October for the upcoming 1 week. As usual, I will be dividing my explanation into several parts, and the timestamp will be in description box along with my personal details if you're interested to book a personal reading with me. Okay, so this week it's pretty much as we're wrapping up whatever the chaos that we went through since late August when the eclipse season started, right? But somehow, some way, I do sense and believe because the upcoming full moon itself would be falling into the Pisces and Virgo, and we just exit this axis, and officially we were starting the Leo and Aquarius. There might be some clutter that been happening since March or April, may get into some sort of conclusion and how can I say conclusion and ending in regards to that topic. Okay, so regardless of whatever it is, if it's, let's say, you started something new during that time, all right, the first kind of quarter, technically the second quarter of 2025, you started something new, something just like bubble up within you. You want to start it, you want to fix it, you want to stop it, and things are just not really aligned with you correctly, or you actually took that decision around that time. That particular decision or action will revisit itself again in the upcoming 1 week period from now, okay? Because we're going to have quite powerful full moon in the sign of Pisces. Now, why I said it's quite powerful, because I mean yeah, maybe Rahu Ketu are quite far from where the full moon is placed, right? So, for example, right now Rahu is in 24 degree and during in on the 6th of October, and then Sun here is already 18. But still, you can say that Rahu is kind of in between them, or it's quite still close, let's say, to Saturn because it's part of the equation. Therefore, Saturn somehow, somewhere will start to impact and influence also the new moon because it's conjuncted. So you will still feel that the clutter or the remaining parts of how our life was in the second quarter of 2025 somehow will get into some sort of conclusion this week. Now, why it's very important? Because I think it's strongly correlated when to Rahu Ketu when they were in Virgo and Pisces, okay, which means since 2023, we are as if like closing up the cycle of something related to 2023 during this time. So it's very important for us to address and understand what exactly happened during that time, and that thing will be closed up. Now, because Moon here sitting is in Pisces, so I still feel and have a strong emotion here towards ending. All right, something is ending, something is just like transforming, something perhaps is just getting much more clear view for you that I am done with this chapter and we are moving on to something new. Okay, because again, Rahu here right now, by the way, is sitting in the zodiac sign of manifestation, right? Is Aquarius. So whatever you ended, okay, whatever that leap of faith that you took, somehow some way it will start to manifest itself in a new beginning, in new ways, when the eclipse happened in Rahu axis in particular, which means around the upcoming Feb and March of 2026. Okay, so this new moon, again, so this full moon can be quite significant if you have any strong placement, I would say, in Pisces, Virgo, and if you are going through any dasha, antradasha, or priantradasha of Shani itself, okay, you may definitely feel this upcoming full moon. Now, this is one thing you need to be careful of. Now, it's actually not a careful thing. I mean, it's more as a karmic kind of cycle just ended, and extra flavor to this upcoming full moon, we have here Saturn conjunct and is in retrograde. So whenever we have planet retrograde and is being activated by the full moon, new moon, or maybe heavy conjunction, so usually it shows that certain karma to in regards to that particular house. So for example, where is exactly Pisces for you? Let's say Pisces is sitting in the 12th house. So maybe it's something related to your subconscious mind, your emotion, right? That you're fearful of. constant traveling, for example, expenses. That type of segment or sector in your life will start to change itself because of the full moon. Let's say the Pisces sitting in your ascendant, maybe your health, well-being, how you see yourself, how you present yourself, something karmic towards and within yourself, it will start to end and shift during this full moon. Let's say this Pisces is for, let's say for example, for Cancer Lagna. For Cancer Lagna, Saturn here falling into the ninth house, right? So perhaps something related to your father, okay, inheritance, or maybe something not in, I mean, inheritance related to the father actually, a father inheritance, guru, your belief system, your religion, your spiritual aspect, all right? Your traveling, for example, you were planning to travel or you were hesitant to do that. Something in regards to that will start to get into some sort of conclusion or clarity of what exactly I need to do about it, or pretty much it will end itself. Okay, so this full moon definitely has its own karmic kind of flavor on it that you need to be careful of, or whatever going to happen in upcoming period is pretty much like a destined point. Okay, so I mean, anyway, I will make a separate post about this, like explaining it more how, what, and what's going on exactly. Okay. Another thing, what we're gonna see here that Mars just moved to the sign of Libra. Not Mars actually, it's a Mercury. Sorry, Mercury moved from the exaltation sign to the Libra, sitting with Mars. This is this is can be slightly a problematic placement, to be very frank with you. It can show that people collectively will have a tendency to argue a lot, to get into a lot of fight. Misunderstanding, miscommunication when it comes to partnership, relationship will be quite common. And keep in mind also, I believe Mercury will be moving to Scorpio in within 22 days period, okay? And then will be start to retrograde and going back to Libra. So you gotta need to be careful what exactly Mercury right now is trying to teach and um teach you or giving it to you in the upcoming 3 weeks period, because once it sits in the Scorpio, it will start to return back to where Libra is. So you need to be careful with your communication. You need to be careful with the type of business partnership that you're forming, maybe friendship that you are forming, any actions that you are forming right now, because Mars here is it's sitting with the brainery kind of planet, right? So it will become more active of taking action, decision based on logic and common sense, which is very good and complementary for Mars. But again, whatever decision that you take, you just need to be careful of and not to, how can I say this? Uh, Overly ambitious about it, or overly sharing it to others, maybe. Or you just need to plan it correctly, because you may not revisit whatever decision that you're going to take right now. Okay. So yeah, I think this is gonna be very easy kind of week, but I think it may get a bit intensified the more that we are heading to the full moon, because it will definitely bring up some memories for whatever theme or whatever you went through around March or April. Okay, and it will be like a closing chapter for us. All right. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening. Wishing you all the best. Stay good, be good. See you soon. Bye bye.